Have you ever said to yourself, the world, reality, seems a little different? Something feels different, or I can see that something is different. We're all having experiences that we actually don't even have words for because we're having an experience that we've never really had before. And it's almost difficult to put these things into words. And you might have stumbled across this very powerful message today. And whatever the terminology that you use, you're seeing a split of worlds. You are witnessing the rapture or a timeline split, whatever term that you use. You could see that something has changed, something is different. And we're going to break it down with everyday life examples and evidence. What you might be feeling, what you might be experiencing, and you could say, who do I talk to? Who is sealed? What does the seal actually mean? But there are people in this world right now that are seeing, they're having an experience. I talked about the ringing in the ears when your pineal gland activates or your third eye opens. And sometimes we have these experiences that are not from the physical, but they're from the energetic, they're from the spiritual. And we don't really have terms to express it. You might have stumbled across this message, and at some point you went through a energy shift where your ears started ringing. We're starting to realize that there are more than one actual reality, more than one world, more than one experience. And you could look at things and you could say, it's very similar to the way that it was, but now it kind of appears slightly different. It's just very, very slightly different. And we're going to talk about people, things, and situations. Lisa and everyone that donated, I'm really grateful for all those super chats. Thank you all. You're starting to notice these very, very strange things, glitches within people, feelings that you have inside of your body. That's really what I want to share with all of you. You might have in the past couple of weeks, you're noticing a massive shift. And maybe a lot of rest is required. We're experiencing a splitting of timelines. And it could be very overwhelming. It's good to see everyone. If you're on the live stream, just hit 555. If you're in the chat, if you could hear me very clear. If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss the ascension journey, and I make it relevant for everyday life people. T-Knock, very grateful. Grandtastic rising hour, everyday lives, and thank you, Michael. I appreciate you. Appreciate everyone being here. We have to learn through firsthand experience, and the truth cannot be told. It can only be realized. So we have to have real life examples. So people are going to say, oh, the rapture's happening. People are going to say that timelines are splitting. And all of these terms are the same thing. It's a change in frequencies. We don't live in a world, we live in a band of frequencies. And the band of frequencies, the world that we live in, it's going to be through our vibrational frequency, through our free will, because people are going to make that decision. You might hear ascension. People hear ascension, and you'll see this because it's starting to get popular. And you'll see people, they'll just go out there and play pretend with ascension. And I'm going to tell you the truth about this. If you make this decision, there is only one thing that you're making this decision for. We're going to talk about the body. We're going to talk about the physical area. You might walk down a physical area, the outer world, the reactions of other people. Spatial awareness might be off. Are you bumping into things? I got a beautiful story to share with all of you. Optimizing the internal conditions, so important, so important. Don't go anywhere. Okay, what is true ascension? What do you do it for? And I'm going to share with you something that is very This is the one thing where I know that there's different worlds. And one of the things, like a lot of people hear the term light and false light. Have you ever heard that term before? I'm going to actually give you a real life example of that today, actual light. And it's so important. So if you just stumbled in before we get this on the road, I'm very grateful if you hit the like button. It allows others to get this message. And you might have the experience of the timelines that are splitting right now. And it can be overwhelming to the body. So number one, you feel it in your body. Number one, you feel it in your body. So when you have this, you have pressure, maybe within your organs, you have pressure, and you've never experienced these things before. You might have the the need to just rest. The other day in the middle of the afternoon, I couldn't even keep my eyes open, and I had to just take a little nappy poo in the middle of the day, and it just comes over you real fast. So you're starting to feel things like, and you almost can't put it into words. I feel in my body something's going on. All right. Now the area, you could walk down a block, you could walk into a nature place, and the area feels different. On my journey, and a lot of you, this is like the best reality show ever, okay? There's certain places that I was at, I felt it change, and now I didn't feel it change back, but I feel a different version of it. You could look at the shrubbery, if it's in a nature place, and the colors of the leaves, it looks slightly different. It's not, you could say, you know what, these colors look a little bit brighter. Something looks a little bit different. You could almost feel it. Okay, you could go to a place and you could feel the vibration of the room. A lot of the empaths, are there empaths out there? You could say, oh, I feel darkness in this room. I feel negativity in this room. Or you could feel, oh, I feel like lighter. I feel safe. A lot of people, in the past few years, something happened in the past few years, and you might have been in a place and you didn't feel safe there. Is that you? You could even share it in the comments. You felt you felt the room change. And this might sound weird. How can I express this to people? Well, you're sealed in the forehead, and you are actually awake and aware to your surroundings, the tangible reality. You're like Neo in the Matrix. What's up, Neo? How you doing? Okay? You're like Neo in the Matrix, and you're starting to pick up all of these things, the surroundings. The room feels different. You could feel the energy shift. And you just might be a common everyday life kind of guy like I was. And all of a sudden, the things that you were never taught on the TV, you were never taught these things in school. No one was there to tell you these things. We only had each other. And you're saying, you know what? I feel something change. Something is different. And you could say there's almost like there's two realities. There's like two realities. And it's like if it just flips just a little bit, and you're seeing this, you could see this, you could see things out on the TV, things that are going on social media. It's so close. It's so close, Light Warriors. You're like, this could go one way or another. Are you experiencing that? It's so close. You're like, a lot of people use the term good or bad. Not everything in life, events in our lives. Watch my video on a quantum event and what it means. Okay? Not everything in life is good or bad at face value. You have to start thinking differently about life. And then you start to see the bigger picture. You might have come out of isolation, come out wherever you are, and you're seeing people that you've seen maybe your whole life. Your observations of other people. Listen close, and you let us know in the comments or on the live chat if you're experiencing this. Other people, you could see that they are much happier and nicer. You haven't seen them in a while. They're like glowing. They're so happy. They're so lovely. They're so nice. They're so excited. They're loving life right now. There are also other people that are very spaced out. They're not even there. Are you there? And there are other people. I know that you're probably an empath like me, and you have the bigger picture of life. You could see how they're so trapped in the matrix. They can't get out. You know, over the past few years, certain things happened. And that's why if you want true ascension, okay, this message is for those that want true ascension, not because I think I'm going to be popular, not because I think I'm going to be rich. I'm going to share, if you're going to make this decision, I'm going to stop everything right now. I'm going to tell you this. Okay, you look at your Uncle Mike right now. I'm going to listen very carefully. If you want true ascension, I've been doing this for many years, okay? Been doing this many years. I know many different people. I see the real ones and the fake ones. I'm going to tell you very crystal clear, okay? If you want true ascension, you don't do this to be popular. You don't do this to get the chicks. You don't do this to be rich. You do this for your freedom. You might be a person just like your Uncle Mike, and you just want to be free. I'm actually an easygoing kind of guy, all right? And I just want to be free. You hear this message, and you can hit the starburst. I got Natalie hitting the targets right now. The chat is blowing up. You just want your freedom. You just want no drama. You want peace in your life, right? Peace in our everyday lives. Peace and harmony in our everyday lives. Here it goes. Look at the chats blowing up right now. That's the truth. Look, all the real ascension people, they're waking up right now. They're blowing up right now. It's peace, right? So you say to yourself, oh, I want to truthfully ascend. So when you truthfully ascend, when you ascend to that higher version of yourself, and then that higher version of yourself, this is what the rapture actually is. This is what the timeline split actually is. Optimize internal conditions. Optimize internal conditions, then result in external conditions optimizing. That's why we're seeing the world, it's getting better right now. Even in dark places, right? I know some of them, okay? And those dark places, they ain't so dark, no. Ain't so bad, you ain't so bad. You ever watch Rocky 3? Rocky 3, ready? Uncle Mike's going to teach you with Rocky, okay? Rocky was fighting Clubber Lang, all right? He was not focused. He was his internal. He was hot dogging it, got knocked out. Boom. Then he came back. Then he trained his internal conditions. And then he fought the same guy, Clubber Lang. And then he took the punch. It didn't even faze him. You ain't so bad. You ain't so bad. Write it in the comments. You ain't so bad. You ain't so bad. That's the energy. You could feel the energy of your Uncle Mike right now. We're all feeling the energy right now. You ain't so bad. It ain't so bad because your internal, it's about, I'll say it over and over and over and over and over. The solar flash is an inside job. You ain't so bad. It ain't so bad. But you're going to have to do things. You're going to have to do the work. You're going to have to do the inner work. You got to optimize the internal conditions. Write it down on a piece of paper. We're going to stop the lesson here, okay? We're going to take out a piece of paper. We're going to write it down. We're going to optimize the internal conditions. Okay, this is such an important message today. More people stumbled on. Please smash that like button, okay? And others will hear this message, okay? So we're clearly seeing a massive shift. And these, again, these shifts, this decision, what timeline are we going to go on? You might have known people in the past few years. A lot of things have changed since 2020. What was 2020? It's the year of clear vision. And you saw people go one way or the other way. Some people spiraled down and some people rose up. Remember, it's almost like the direction that you're going in. We all make a conscious decision. Not everyone's going to come with you. Not everyone wants to raise their vibrational frequency. Some people either want to remain the same or you're going the wrong way. You're going the wrong way. Remember that one? You're going the wrong way. Okay? So this is what you have to stay focused on. Okay? When you are ascending. You're ascending to a higher timeline. The rapture split, you say people are gone. People are living in two worlds, right? You're going to walk down the street. You're going to go in the gym. You're going to go to places that you're accustomed to. You're going to see people standing each other. You're going to look at this person. There's two people right there. They're living in two different worlds. Is that the truth? You get the starburst in the chat. They're in two different worlds. And the only way you could see this, if you get up and you have to get out there, you have to live your everyday life. For many years, people have been afraid to actually live their everyday life. Don't be afraid to live your everyday life, okay? The more that you have it, you're here to have this experience. And fear, guilt, and shame, they will deter you from this. Your spatial awareness. So we're really like going through, shifts. Things could even change very slightly. It could be off. You start to bump into things. Like you're getting accustomed again. You're getting accustomed. You haven't rolled the bike in a while. And again, it takes a little bit of time, right? You might fall down off the bike. You might scrape your knee, so on and so forth. But then you're going to get right back up. And then it takes just a little bit of time. And you say, oh, I'm back. I'm ready to go. So I'm going to share you a real life evidence. Money Loomis, thank you so much for that. I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. So I'm over my parents' house. Okay. And they got the old school couch. They got the old school couches, and they don't all go to the floor. They just have that thin leg. It's like a thin leg, wooden leg, right? And then there's a lot of space, right? And there's just the leg sticking out. So, right, this is like how we're doing, right? We're back on the timeline. We're getting our spatial awareness. Anyway, make a long story short, I don't know what the heck I did. And I just stepped and boom, the pinky toe cracks it so hard. I've bumped my toe before. I'm going to lose this nail. This nail is going to come off my pinky toe. All right, so I'm trying to heal that right now. It's a lot of pain, but I lost a nail on my finger once before when I was younger. I was playing with my friend. We're playing in the dirt. That's what we used to do years ago. Anyway, so my friend hit me with the shovel by. It was an accident though. And then the nail. So this nail is going to come off. But the moral of the story is, ready? The moral of the story is, sometimes when we ascend, when we raise our frequency, when we get back to who we are, okay, our spatial awareness is a little off. And we might bump into stuff. We might bump into things. We might smash our pinky toe as hard as possible right against that wooden leg. And that nail is going to fall off right now. Right? So these are the things. It's like stinging pain still going on. Right? Here it goes. Right? So we're getting reacclimated. We're getting accustomed to these things. Right now, I have the Band-Aid wrapped around it very tight, Angela. But that nail is probably going to come off, but we'll see what happens. Okay, stay tuned. I'll let you know what happens to the nail. All right, so these are the things that happen, and a lot of people are. So you could have. We're not actually all, and you're going to actually notice this, right? I'm starting to see this, and that's why if you are in someone's vicinity, they might like bump into you by accident. Then they're totally not doing it on purpose. We're bumping into each other, and that's what we're all doing kind of right now, all right? And I hope this resonates with you. We're all kind of bumping into each other. We're trying, because it's all new. Think about, when a child starts to crawl, okay, maybe, falls a little bit. Now the child starts to walk. Now it's a higher level, right? So now the child might fall. And when you fall from a higher level, it's a big boom, right? So if you're crawling, it's not so much. And then we start to walk. So remember, the higher we go, ready? The higher we go, it could be a little bit scarier. Each time, the ups, the down. Oh, I'm all the way up here, right? I'm up here. I'm up here today. Let me know if you like this filming style as well. All right, we got to switch things up. You always have to change things up. And those that have been on the channel with me, I'm showing you real life evidence. You got to practice what you preach. All right. You always have to switch things up. You have to have new experiences. You have to go back. This time period right now really is, it's so important. We're not going backwards. We're revisiting and processing things. On my journey, I had, it's been a wild few years, right? And I never actually I was never able to thoroughly process everything. Okay, hit the like button. Okay, Uncle Mike will share the true journey. I put my ascension first beyond anything else. I put my personal relationship with God before anything else. God is the only one that's going to be there for you. Maybe your mother, right? A lot of people are waking up to this in the world. You're going to have jobs, systems, fake girls, fake boys. They're not going to be there for you. So you're going to have to, at first, to truthfully ascend, to make the rapture jump, to jump timelines. You're going to have to optimize the internal by simultaneously, it's the same thing. You are being connected. You have a personal relationship with God, and everything else follows that. And everything else follows that. I can't stress this enough. People say, oh, I want to ascend. You want to ascend, right? You want to ascend. And that's why, Joe, you got to be focused on yourself, because not this is your journey. There's a lot of subconscious programs that are out there. They're going to tell you things that are disconnecting you from God and disconnecting you from yourself. You know, people, you have to realize this, people. Okay, you're here, you're alive for a reason. You have to actually put yourself first, not in a selfish way. You make sure your cup is filled up first. You get fully charged. You have the foundation. The foundation is built. It's so strong. And then the friends come in, and then the relationships come in, and then the jobs come in, or the vocations, the work, whatever you do over the course of your journey. You have to really focus. You have to really focus on your inner wellness, your connection to God, and then everything else follows that. Everything else follows that. Remember, again, optimized internal conditions will result in the external conditions optimizing. That's the timeline split. I'm sure there's people that are still tuned into this, and you're saying I can know it. I know there's different timelines out there. I could see them. I can see them. So you are broadcasting this frequency that's going out there into the quantum field. Your frequency, your inner frequency, is going to determine the experience you have. I appreciate that, Stephanie. Yeah. So you're starting to. This is all new. So you bump into things, that's okay, right? Your Uncle Mike bumps into things. So I've had thoughts and memories of, like, I'll see a house over here. I'll see something. And I didn't, have any part of my life there, but I felt there is a nostalgia about it. There is a feeling of something that I did, but maybe I didn't actually do. And it is very, very interesting to have these experiences. And there's one experience that I want to share with all of you. This is the one thing. If you want to, and I want your input on this. This is the one thing that I've noticed that really can connect you to the timeline. Was that like the timeline 616 in Marvel? Deja vu was the term I was looking for before. I'm live, so sometimes I have a brain fart. I was trying to get the word out. I say sometimes I try to get this word out, but we're live, we're authentic, okay? Smash the like button. I'm so grateful if you just stumbled on. Hit that like button. So I had deja vu of certain places, but I'm like something, and I'm just walking around, and I'm having these feelings that come, and I'm picking up the other, maybe timelines, the other dimensions There's something else beyond baseline. I talk about baseline reality. Baseline reality, you know, you're seeing this all play out, and it's very overwhelming. Okay, ready? So it's very overwhelming. You must go within. You must go within. And once you go within, everything else will sort itself out. The last few years, we went through this static. Okay, so if you are driving in a car and you got the radio on, you're picking up a station, and as you constantly move forward, because that's what we're doing, we keep going, we're constantly moving forward, you're picking up on 2 stations, and that drives you wild. That's why I said I can't focus on this person, I can't focus on that person, this person's acting out, that person doesn't know what the heck they're doing over there, that one over there. I have to focus on me. Whoever leaves, leaves. Whoever makes it through, makes it through. Because that's what we went through. That all the chaos, right? And we all had a different amount of that chaos. That's 2 radio stations. Now that we've driven the car, we move forward far enough. Now we're picking up the clear channel. So now, like even on my life, I'm sitting back, I'm processing, I'm processing things. I never had a chance to process them because so much happened all at once. Everything all at once, right? And that's why I'm grateful for all of you. And I hope that I could just be the lighthouse, because you might have a hard time. You might go through a season. And your Uncle Mike, I hope you will be inspired to keep going. Just keep going. That's all you could do. If there's one thing that I could ever share with all of you, right? Focus. Keep going. Keep going. That's it. It's the only thing that you could do. And again, what we went through, it's not going to be a forever thing. But we had to go through it. And now we constantly rise up. There's something that... and I don't even have the words that I want to really express to this. And some of you, you hear the term the false light and light. But over the course, I've been really picking up on this. I've always felt this way. But when I see, if I'm in, I feel that old school lighting, the dim lights, the old light bulbs, the old lights, not this LED light, but that old light, it gives me a feeling, and it's like the light, and there's something there, and I'm even trying to put it into words, but I want it. Maybe there's people that are in this chat right now. You could hit an emoji if that resonates. Some people might be saying, what the heck is this guy talking about? I got to share these things with the world. There's something about the old school lighting that just makes me feel at home. And it's, I know it's so overwhelming to me. The old school lighting, right? I was recently in a place with a good friend, and I was telling her, look at this lighting. This lighting. There's something about the old school lighting. And, you know, it's almost like as I'm walking through and I'm feeling this, I'm feeling the vibrational frequency. For those that grew up like how I did, right? I was born at a certain time. We don't age if we've ascended, right? A lot of us know this. We evolve. But I was given a specific life so I could see the shift and change. Things were great. Things got weird. And now things are getting great again. But going back to the 90s, were you around for the 90s? It was a different vibe in the 90s. There is some kind of connection, and I'm going with feeling, right? Years ago, oh, my feelings, right? No, I'm going with my feeling. There's something about those lights. There's something about the old school lighting that it just almost almost puts me on that timeline. And these other lights. It just feels a little off to me. But that, and I've been sharing this, the nostalgia, so important at this time. You might be getting this message, and this is going to resonate. You could be older than me. You could be younger than me, but we're all kind of realizing that we're all kind of ancient, and we've done this many times. We just had to remember who we are. It's really getting back to our soul's essence. Our soul's essence. You hear these terms, the rapture, the timelines are splitting. The timelines are splitting. But isn't it really happening? Why don't you let us know in the comments? There's people out there that are awake and aware of this. This is the sealed. You're sealed in the forehead. The 144,000 will be sealed in the forehead. It's not an amount of people, but it has to deal with your structure. 1 + 4 + 4 is 9. If you ever knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, you would hold the keys to the universe. You hold the keys within you, dear one. This is your High Commander. Do you remember now? Do you remember? It's coming back. I want to leave something different, something that no one else has done. Because we're living through this right now. We're never going to have another opportunity to share. We're living through this. Do you remember? It's all coming back to me now. I'm not going to sing anymore. That's it. Okay. That's pretty good though, right? No, it is coming back. And we're all coming back. We're coming back to our true power. Sometimes we lose our power. Sometimes we give our power away for free. We have to take back our power and take back control of our everyday lives. That's what we're doing right now. It's so important. It's so important. There's so many things to unlock. Oh, this journey, it's just begun, kid. This journey has just begun. And we're going to be learning and seeing more things. What up, Mad Dog? Beautiful community we have here. Please hit the like button. So grateful if you could do that before we get off. Sulman Magnium, thank you so much. Thanks, Mike, for what you give us all. 144,000. I appreciate that. I appreciate everyone being here. Tonight on Patreon, we will host another Zoom meeting. We're going to be discussing current events, what's happening right now. A lot of people are feeling this, and you might have unexplained feelings, pressures in your body. You might be cold. It's the middle of the afternoon. You have to go to sleep. And, you know, sometimes I see people, there's no way. The more people that I meet that are actually doing this, okay, if you're really doing this, there is no person that can function in the matrix. Okay, some people are worried about the matrix job, the matrix relationship, all these things. Okay, there's no way that you could do it if you're actually, there's so much that's on the body that you need so much time to process this. It's not like, so, you know, some people will hear, oh, ascension, I'm going to have my superhero powers. There's time to acclimate. There's time to get into these things. I saw that, Ronnie. And that's why we're also, do you like this setup? We're gonna try this setup too. I have a lot of things planned for this channel. Please hit the subscribe button. We're going to be doing new things. We're always doing new things. We practice what we preach. Neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity. Plasticity. I'm going to make my own Schoolhouse Rock. Okay? So you have to laugh. You have to have a good time. Because it's a lot. It's really a lot. I can't express to all of you, right? And I try to keep it at 100. How overwhelming this is, how much it is taxing to the, you are taking in all the energy of the universe. You remember what happened to Iron Man, right? You need to be very powerful to hold all the stones. It's not an overnight thing. You must be prepared. You must be prepared. This is what we're taking on we have the whole universe. The amount of consciousness, and then you start expanding and expanding and expanding. Well, guess what? All of your trillions of cells need to change. Your internal environment, the external environment. Trillions of cells, 1.4 volts, trillions of volts of electricity. This energy is known as chi. You might have heard of chi energy. That's the energy you have inside of you. You're powerful. You're very powerful. You have no idea the power that you have inside of you. Take the journey with us. We have so many things planned. This channel, this community. Oh, you got to see what's going to come, baby. The big plans. We have Facebook, TikTok, Patreon. The links are in the description. Please connect on all of the platforms. If you're new to the channel, go to the first playlist. Check out some of those videos. Let's become the greatest version of ourselves. This is true ascension, kid. This is true ascension. This ain't love and light ascension. This ain't unicorns and rainbows ascension. This is real life ascension. Not for the faint of heart. In the end, you will be the best there is at what you do. You can't back. There's going to be so many things that want you to make a U-turn and go back. There's so many things that are going to make you, they're going to say, turn back, turn back. You say, I'm keep going. I'm going to keep, you want to keep up with me? You got to ascend yourself. You got to keep going too. This is the truth. This is the truth. Any future topics that you want, please comment down below. We're a family, the royal family. The 144,000 will be sealed in the forehead. You are sealed in the forehead, and because of this, you are witnessing the timeline splits. One last thing before I get off. Do you know the Mandela effect? Those are actual. You say, what's some evidence that I could check out? If you never heard of the Mandela effect, you go on the drive of the Mandela. I have videos on the Mandela effect on the channel page, right? We'll share those videos today as well on the other platforms. Okay, I appreciate all of you. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Share, share, share. Sharing is caring. I really appreciate all of that. It's an authentic channel, authentic community, and it goes through the people. Through the people. So I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. You allow me to do what I love every single day. Thank you for being here. I'm so grateful for you. You have no idea. You have no idea. Because the ultimate goal, this is about achieving our freedom. Once you've taken your freedom back, you never go back. This is about achieving freedom. It's not about achieving a certain dollar amount. It's not about being popular, because you're not going to be popular amongst some people. It's about your freedom. Let's be free. Be free. Jump the timelines. Jump the timelines. Jump the rapture. There's a whole world out there waiting for you. Are you ready? Are you ready? I appreciate you all. I'll see you tonight. Back on tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern. Bye for now.